Is your life loaded down with compromise? What happened to the real you? Or do you even matter anymore? Do you find yourself living a life loaded down with compromise? Do you feel trapped? Do you believe that there's no way out? This urgency you are feeling is guidance, bringing attention to what is standing in the way of you performing on what you came here to do in this lifetime. The feeling of desperation is what will get you to act on this now. That's your guidance putting pressure on you to take action. It's time to acknowledge all the compromises you have made. Write them into part 3 of your journal, My Guided Journey, and complete the 4 qualifying questions. Then go to part 2, chapter 12, and write down when and where you made your first compromise, along with the 4 qualifying questions. You may discover that you didn't always compromise. As you write, you will see that many times the people in your life insisted that you compromised. How did that make you feel? What did you realize? And what action did you take? Those are the 4 qualifying questions that will lead you to the truth. You will know you have the truth when you reflect on what you wrote in hindsight, in review. Now that you have exposed the truth, you will no longer be vulnerable to compromising. You caught yourself before you lived an entire life of compromise, only to miss your life. That's why anything you're doing that compromises you, compromises your life, makes you feel like you don't matter. You need to take a look at that. You need to take and write that down in part 3. Start with part 3, because you don't know what compromises that you have actually accumulated in your life yet until you start writing down in part 3 where you are right now. Once you do that, and you do that, I'm talking about page after page of realization after realization, because once you identify your first compromise that you're making right now, you're going to notice a whole slew of them show up. Write them all down. Then when you have exhausted that, when you have purged all that, on to the pages and out of here and into here, you'll have the power and the awareness and the recall to go back to the beginning of your life, where it started, and identify that in part 2, chapter 12, compromise. The best part, join me on Wednesday, next Wednesday, August 7th, at 6 p.m. Pacific time, right here on my Facebook page, Linda Deir Author. And I'm going to help you with that, okay? You are never alone and always being guided. We'll see you then.